guys, Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Welcome to the video, guys. Happy to have you here. Today, we have Surgical Goblin, formerly the #1 player in the world. He is back, man. He took a couple of years off. He became a Fortnite pro, didn't upload Clash Royale anymore. Now he's back into the game. He's back uploading on his channel in Espanol. I think he's going to have an English channel coming out soon as well, which is really, really cool to hear, so I can actually understand what he is saying. But the big news is, guys, is he went 48-2. 48-2 in duels, and he is #1 in CRL right now. Surgical Goblin is back, the #1 brand in Clash Royale esports, in my opinion at least. Who would have a bigger brand than Surgical Goblin? You know, historically, I don't think anybody can touch the dude, you know? I think a lot of it, too, is just, you know, his playstyle, very disciplined player, very disciplined. Maybe not the most technical player in the world, but he's so versatile, and he can play any deck, and he's so disciplined. That's what I love watching about Surgical Goblin. He takes a lot of draws, he's not afraid, and he's always like cool, calm, and collected. I remember I played alongside Surgical Goblin on King's Cup 2. It was me, Vulcan, Surgical Goblin, and dude, Surge was just like, a lot of it was just the psychology of Frank, right? He just does not get rattled, right? He might be nervous, but you could never tell. So that's part of the, you know, the prowess of Surge. I'm gonna share with you guys 2 duels in today's video, the most recent victories for Surgical Goblin inside CRL. I thought he might be playing against Mugi, but apparently it's not. He told me it's not. Maybe some of you Japanese viewers out there can tell me who we're playing against here, but either way, it's a very accomplished player in their own right. So here we go, guys. We are running the drill. So is the opponent, right? So we have guards. I like these replays. You can really watch the cards in the opponent's hands, right? We go with the Valkyrie up high. And I want to hear from you guys, too. Let me know. You got to be so careful with the Magic Archer, man. Especially Magic Archer NATO. Ooh, it's scary. Scary combo. All that automatic tower damage. I want to ask you guys a question. Do you care about /watch CRL? You know, any of you guys out there interested in it? I have to be honest with you guys, not throwing any shade or hate on the players of the league or the game, and nothing negative about it, but I have not been really watching this year, as I did in previous years. I love King of the Hill, man. I love what they did with King of the Hill. I love the team format, just as a viewer perspective. It was my cup of tea, and the individual duels, although they're really cool, like, I think the duels are amazing, it just hasn't grasped me the way that it used to do, to where I'm willing to spend my free time, what little I have, away from my family and watching Clash Royale, you know? So anyway, I don't watch anymore, but, you know, again, not trying to throw shade or anything. That's just where my head is at. But I want to hear from you guys, especially those guys out there or gals who do watch, you know, CRL. What do you like about it? Do you like this new format? Did it grow on you, maybe? All right, anyway, guys, here we go. That Inferno Tower getting so much value from Surgical Goblin here against those giant skeletons and really preventing Magic Archer to be used at the bridge as well. We go in right-hand lane, 3, 2, in 1 second. Again, it's going into sudden death. No surprise there. A lot of Surge's matches go that way because, again, look at his focus on defense first and then counterattacking, and that's really, you know, Clash Royale 101, right? But he just does it better than most players out there, better than anybody in the world at the time of this recording. So guys, here we go. Nice King Tower activation by Surgical Goblin. He did take some damage on his left-hand tower. From our perspective, the right-hand tower. However, we still have the damage lead there. So we go in with a Valkyrie, tanking for that little bomber. I could barely see the little fella over there. Setting up a nice, robust defense as the opponent, but also gives us some pretty decent fireball value, and we get some nice guaranteed damage on that tower. Now, the opponent has a drill of their own. They come right in with it. Our little bomber helping us out tremendously. Gotta be careful of that Magic Archer. Magic Archer, what? NATO? Oh, that's a couple very lucrative Magic Archer hits. Ooh, you gotta hate the Magic Archer at the bridge, man. We go guards to respond to the Magic Archer, and here come, again, the wall breakers in the opposite lane. Nice defense there by the cannon cart, taking care of both lanes. Surge sets up with an Inferno Tower, again, still holding on to the damage lead. Bomber getting a lot of value there. Got to be careful of that Magic Archer. We're going to have that Fireball selected and immediately send it in there at the bridge. Also, taking care of that cannon cart. So nice Fireball there by Surge. Going to try to cycle back to that Fireball again, right? So we can get a... so we can get that Magic Archer. And there's the Magic Archer again right there at the bridge. And a NATO comes down yet again. Thank God the Valkyrie is there to, you know, ensure the Magic Archer does not align onto that tower. So guys, here we go. 20 seconds left inside the contest. Surge has a nice damage advantage right now. well, I shouldn't say nice, a small damage advantage. But he's going in, and I love this, a relentless pressure and triple elixir time. He was patient the entire match, and now here he goes. 5 seconds remaining, fireball comes down, the drill gets on the tower, 2 seconds, 1, and the good game comes down. That's match number 1 inside the duel. Let's go into the next one here, guys. And as we do, I saw that Surtag tweeted this a few days ago. What would be the worst card to ever add to the game? Right? Some people say a nuke that could basically kill your entire, everything on the map or make you win the game automatically. That'd be pretty bad or pretty good if you had it, right? But it really gave license to everybody in the replies to say champions. It turns out, I don't know, I gotta go back and look at the comments when I made a video on the outrage of champions a year later after they were introduced to the game. But I'm not sure how my viewers felt about it, right? But I did share a couple Reddit posts really talking about how they say champions were kind of the beginning of the end for Clash Royale. I think that's a little bit hyperbolic personally. However, I do think their arguments do carry weight as well. The 3-card cycle more than the champions, right? Changing the way that the game is played, and a lot of people argue for the worst. Speaking of which, we have 2 champion decks going head-to-head right now. Mighty Miner being played by Surgical Goblin. This deck is so powerful right now. Little Dark Goblin in there. Love the Dark Goblin. Cannons everywhere. We have the Rocket as well. And, of course, the Mighty Miner. Going against that really annoying as well, Royal Giant deck with the Giant Skeleton in Zappies. So Tombstone setting up from the opponent. Surge has that Dark Goblin in hand, and he immediately goes at the bridge there, being protected by the Mighty Miner. We also go in with the Goblin Barrel. Look at that Dark Goblin just going ham on everything there. We go with the Mighty Miner. Zappy's doing a nice job responding by the opponent. So, in this match, we're out to a very, very small damage deficit here. So we have the Fire Spirit in hand. Go ahead and apply a little bit of pressure to the bridge. Mother Witch comes down from the opponent. They have log selected for that Dark Goblin. Looks like they're going to use it here. Nope, they're not going to use the log. They're going to try to save it for the Goblin Barrel. Probably a wise decision. They set up with the Tombstone. Surge obviously knows he has log in hand. He goes in with the, okay. He uses the ability of the Skelly King. Surge goes ahead and says, okay, I'll take care of the skeletons by swapping my Mighty Miner. Fisherman comes down for that. He misses one gobbo, so a couple stabs, or one stab at least on the tower. However, the Fire Spirit gets more damage in the left-hand lane. Fireball comes down against the Dark Gob. Skeletons to stymie that Fisherman by Surgical Goblin. Nicely done, nicely done. And here comes the Skeleton King. Skeleton King versus the Mighty Miner. Mighty Miner's going to win that battle every day. And we set up with who else? The Dark Goblin again. A log comes down, but again, we take care of the Skeleton King with really no issues whatsoever. Attacking with the Goblin Barrel. No, ooh, Zappies come down. Nice Zappies by the opponent. We do get a little bit of chip there on the left-hand tower, though. That puts us inside the damage lead. Surge sends in the log, finishing out those Zappies, getting a little bit more damage as well. Dark Goblin at the bridge forces out the Skeleton King from the opponent. Now we're crossing over again into sudden death overtime. Here comes the Goblin Barrel. Log comes down from the opponent, and things are looking still pretty good here, albeit, you know, kind of a slow match. So we have log, we immediately use it, and then a Dark Goblin to clean up. Dark Goblin out of log range, and kind of an awkward fireball as well. Nicely done. Here comes, again, the Goblin Barrel. Zappies come down from the opponent. A little bit more chip there, despite the Zappies. And then a counter push here in the left-hand and the right-hand lane. Or I shouldn't say a counter push, but we have the Royal Giant in the right-hand lane. We almost kind of kite the Skeleton King on their side of the arena. Cannon putting in work on the defensive end. However, we do take some serious damage there. This one's not looking so hot, right? Cannon last second there. Dark Goblin putting in work. Nice job, nice job, nice job. The Giant Skeleton does not get a hit there. Wow, that was so close. And here we go again. Again, this time, no log comes down by Surgical Goblin. No log in hand, one card away by the opponent, but we're still having issues breaking through. Now we're in triple elixir time, guys. Here we go. It's going to be a Skeleton King in the back right-hand corner for the opponent. We go in with the Goblin Barrel. It's juked. They see the juke. And again, we have a nice little counter push, or not counter, but we have a nice little push opportunity here. Pushing that Mighty Miner in with the Dark Goblin. Tombstone comes down, log comes down, and another Goblin Barrel on the attack by Surgical Goblin. Again, triple elixir time. You're seeing him really step up the pace here. Keep in mind, we do have Rocket in our deck as well. We can Rocket cycle at the very end here. We do have to defend against this Royal Giant first. And the Mighty Miner and the Dark Goblin do a really nice job of that. Log comes down. 22 seconds remaining. Another Goblin Barrel comes down by the opponent, or by us, excuse me. And that was a very, very lucrative Goblin Barrel. Nice cycle by Surgical Goblin. That's going to give him the massive lead. And another. He already cycles back to another Goblin Barrel. The 3-card cycle is OP. Rocket comes down to finish this one off. 5, 4, and 3 seconds remaining. And Surgical Goblin does it again on his way to his 48th victory. That is absolute insanity, guys. All right, let's go into the next one now. Let's go into the next one. Surge, a nice clean sweep, 2-0. All right, here we go. So choose your deck. Lava Hound. All right, so this time we get to actually watch from the perspective of Surgical Goblin, and we're going against the deck that we just went against as well. Let me slow it back down here. And here we go, Mighty Miner from the opponent. We go with the Flying Machine. So Surge is a big lava player. Like, he can play Lava Hound very, very well. I think one of my most memorable matches from him is him versus Atchin from, I think it was King's Cup as well. He played Lava Hound, I think, against Bait, if I remember correctly, or he was going against, I think, you know what, he did play Lava in that matchup, but I think the one that I'm remembering is him going against Lava Hound, playing Log Bait with only a Princess and an Ice Spirit to stop all the air counters, and just an amazing match, Anyway, guys, here we go. Quite a different story here. Surge playing probably the #1 version of Lava Hound right now in the game. I guess it's arguable. There's a few good versions, but this one's very tricky with a Flying Machine. Obviously, you can see the Tombstone, but the Inferno Dragon as well. Really, just a lot of annoying air cards to have to counter inside this deck. So here we go. Surge goes right in there with the Lava Hound. Lava Hound actually beautifully timed, right? So the Flying Machine can take care of the Princess before the Lava Hound comes in and tanks. We're able to lean on those guards on defense. Really nothing the opponent can do. I'm not even sure if that was a good ability with a Mighty Miner. Sure, a little bit of damage onto the guards, but really nothing coming of it. And they essentially sacked their right tower. They had nothing to respond to the Flying Machine Lava Hound combination. A log comes down from the opponent, and this one is looking a lot different. Let's go ahead and speed this one up because this one's not close like the other two matches were. And when you give Surgical Goblin a lead in single elixir time, you bet your bottom dollar he's going to hold on to that 9 times out of 10, right? So here we go again with the Flying Machine. The opponent has, again, guards to protect here. They have the Princess. We go with Skeleton Dragons on defense. Here it is, a Lava Hound right there in the pocket. Nice rocket by the opponent, but still, now we have a Lava Hound and a Flying Machine in the pocket, kind of tanking for the tower, getting a lot of damage on that remaining tower from the opponent. Nice Tombstone there by Surge as well, helping to mitigate that Princess, and nicely done. Another rocket comes down by the opponent, but it's not going to be enough. That's going to be one match in favor of Surgical Goblin. Here we go into match number 2, battle number 2. So this time, slow it back down here. This time, Surge playing the kind of a control-ish deck here, right? With the Inferno Tower, the Valkyrie Wall Breakers as well. You'll love to see it. Skarmy, pretty useful card. I think Skarmy's kind of underrated. And hey, the opponent is playing my deck. I say my deck like I invented it or something, but, you know, Splash Yard. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to make it the whole year just playing this deck on ladder. And I'm really enjoying the heck out of it, man. It's going to be hard to get this deck up next year when I switch to a new deck or archetype. I might go something like super low skill, though. That way I can really have a shot at actually doing something cool, like getting the top 10k or something. I don't know. Which I haven't done with Splash Yard. Maybe like a Golem deck or something like that. I don't know. It's been a while since I played Golem. And then 3 Musketeers are viable again, so I have some options. You guys let me know what you'd like to see me play all of next year. We still have a few months here in 2022 to go with Splash Yard, or I could go back-to-back Splash Yard. Who knows, right? Anyway, early on here, Surge takes absolutely no damage onto his towers, and now he's attacking with the Wall Breakers. Tombstone comes down from the opponent. One Wall Breaker is going to be able to sneak through, and boom, make contact there on that left-hand tower. We have a Bomber selected. We go in with the Drill again. So the Bomber-Drill combo, you love to see it. Even more damage onto the tower, taking it down to 1753. So the Ice Wizard, and again, no damage at all on any of Surge's towers. And here comes the first graveyard push by the opponent. We easily respond with the Skarmy and the Valkyrie. We immediately put pressure on the opposite lane so they can't NATO away the Skarmy. Beautiful play. Going in with those wall breakers immediately just stop the opponent from being able to use their obvious response parlayed with the Graveyard, which is a NATO, kill the skeletons, and the tower is almost down. Instead, Surge puts pressure opposite lane. Nicely done. They have to respond to the wall breakers. They can't take too much more damage. They're already in the damage disadvantage in the contest, and things work swimmingly from there. 1608 to 2860. So about a 1200 damage differential between these two players. Here we go in again with the Drill. Drill does make contact to the tower. The opponent throwing everything they can against the Drill. I've actually switched away from Valkyrie and Splash Yard and put the Knight back in there. I'm having more success with the Knight back in there over the Valkyrie. Obviously, it is a little bit depending on matchup, but having that little bit of a faster cycle is definitely helpful because I don't run a champion in my deck. I don't run the Skeleton King. I just run the old school version with the Knight. My Skeleton King is super under-leveled at level 12, so I think it's smarter to use a maxed-out Knight on ladder. Anyway, guys, here we go. 2-1 and into, again, sudden death. Surgical Goblin does have the damage advantage, using that high Inferno Tower to snipe away at the Baby Dragon. Nicely done. Prevent the opponent from going in super aggressive with a Graveyard push, and then just narrowly avoiding contact with the wall breakers on the tower. Inferno Tower still putting in work here. Let's see if the opponent decides to go in with the Graveyard Skeleton King combo. He's not going to want to go in with a Skeleton King ability against a Valkyrie and a Bomber. So nicely done again with a high Inferno Tower to respond to the Baby Dragon, and the Drill comes in at the same time. Fireball comes down against the Ice Wizard and getting more damage onto that tower. And again, the wall breakers, you love this play because you're going to have to force out another Skeleton King from the opponent, and the Skeleton King is going to run right into the Inferno Tower. Oh, that's so annoying to face from the opponent. We go again with a high Inferno Tower. Poison comes down from the opponent, but Valkyrie is there and at the ready. Of course, the opponent probably thinking they were going to go in, or the Surge is going to defend again with the Skarmy, hence the early poison, but Surge was ready again with that high Inferno Tower and the Valkyrie for the Graveyard. Here we go again, this time switching up our Drill location a little bit, trying to keep the opponent guessing. Again, Fireball and a little bit more chip damage from those Gobos, and a high Inferno Tower yet again to block that lane for the opponent. He is playing this textbook on how to beat Graveyard with really any control or Drill deck. Here he goes again. The opponent really surges in the driver's seat this entire match. He's on the top of his game. We have Fireball. We have Drill. We're going to go ahead and just keep continuing to clog up the lane for the most part. We send in the Drill and the Fireball, and that's going to be GG's. There it is, guys. Surgical Goblin. Go ahead and give him some love, guys. Check out his player stats and profile. Another sweep here, guys. He is insane. Check out his YouTube channel as well. Big shout out to Clash Royale, guys. Check out CRL YouTube channel as well. I'll link that for you guys in the show notes below. And as always, take care, guys.